This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Well, I don't think there's any future in it, but they're doing it. Well, there they are, as you can see Reed Sorensen in the 32, as he is side by side with Stephen Wallace. That is a battle for 9th on the racetrack. Oh, and it got turned. That's John West Townley. He's going around.
Gas up, gas up. We're all good, guys. Left first corner. John just sit still.
On lap number 3, we've got our first caution.
I fired up, bud.
He was running 12th at the time. And I couldn't tell for sure if he got help or if he just got the tires. See, he's actually down the bottom. I just caught him whenever he'd moved up the racetrack, but he started getting loose right in the center, just as you said, trying to power back up, and back of the car just wasn't ready for that. Boy, Colin Brown does a nice job of slowing down, but he loses.
Run that high line now, and he gets that position right now. They restarted 9th, but to make it a little bit better,
look out!
And big time trouble for Jason Leffler.
Oh, he's into the wall as he got turned.
Hold on, we got more coming here.
And this team, we were talking about it yesterday. Everybody was high expectations, thinking this might be one of those teams that could be a full-time nationwide team that would potentially challenge for at least the top 3 or 4 spots. But, boy, they are just running into walls in more ways than one.
The one car got loose getting into the corner, and that's where you're most vulnerable, when you're on the outside of a guy that might be loose, and he sure looked loose there.
Yes, just what Marty said earlier in the race. You know, didn't know if you want to be on the outside. That guy on the bottom gets loose, and that's what you'll see. A lot of speed carried into these corners. One car goes up and hits Jason Leffler, sends him into the wall. Would you see how high that back end just jacked up and it hit that wall?
He was loose in and very, very tight off. And our broadcaster taking a week off, who was the car owner there, Rusty Wallace, helping make some of the calls to get Brendan dialed in.
Doc, we got to interrupt you. We've got a crash out on the track. Another tough break for Ricky Stenhouse. This team has been struggling. They are not even in the top 30 in points for Roush Fenway Racing, and now he is in the wall. He was running 20th at the time, and look at the damage on that City Financial Ford. Take another look right there. He's got problems.
So trying to slow down, I think, or lock now. Was he locking up the left front there?
Yeah, it looked like that. He was locking up the brakes trying to get in and then got hit from behind. His best finish this year, guys, 25th 2 weeks ago at Bristol. That's how tough this season has been. Superspeedway. There's one thing for sure. 2 junior motorsports cars are 1st and 2nd right now. Those guys were getting good gas mileage, their tires were wearing good, and they're right out front. Yeah, but we got some slower cars in front of faster cars, and you know what usually that can mean. Look at Wimmer trying to jump away, but look at this pack in the middle here. Oh, they're 4 wide. That's not going to work.
It's not going to work. This is congestion here.
Oh, hang on.
This can't work, guys.
There it is. There's the contact. Stephen Wallace into the wall.
Big wreck behind it. Big wreck behind it.
Can you believe it?
Too wide.
16, Colin Brown also in. Stenhouse crashes. Now Brown gets swept up. Look at the mess here. You got the 81 of Michael McDowell, the 35 of Jason Keller. Oh, my. Mikey Kyle in the 10, his first start, and Stephen Wallace.
I was curious how these drivers were going to treat one another as we went back to green flag racing, because there was going to be that congestion, and that just...
This all started off of turn 2. You can see the one car get to the inside and make it 3 wide. That sorted itself out, but here 4 wide right behind him. And there's just no room.
And I don't know what makes us drive like this or behave like this, but there is an urgency midway through the race if you think, I've got to get to the front, and maybe that's part of it.
Well, the only thing you're going to get to the front to in this deal is the front of the hauler.
Seems pretty obvious after the fact, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, where are we going?
You can see both of Rusty's cars that he owns, the 62 and the 66, were 2 on the inside, but that kind of forced the hand of James. And the 70 of Shelby Howard trying to follow as well. Look out, they got trouble.
That might be a product of the earlier incident, the first incident.
That could be a payback. And oh man, fire in the number 1 of James Busher.
It's on fire, buddy.
They have got the window net down, and he is climbing out.
Y'all good. Jump on out. Jump on out.
Busher is out. And you mentioned it. It goes back to earlier.
My mind here is that Sorensen has closed the gap a little more, and he separated himself from Kyle Busch. And here comes Brad Keselowski.
And there is Brad. He is winding in that group that includes Carl Edwards, his next target, at 5th. How about a little tip of the hat to this team, Reed Sorensen and the Braun Racing crew. And Jamie, what's the latest from their camp?
Well, Reed Sorensen and this team definitely has extra incentive to get to victory lane today. You know, it's Autism Awareness Month, and Dollar General has joined forces with Autism Speaks. Now, you see the crew chief, Trent Owens, there on the right-hand side of your screen. His little boy is 2 years old. He was diagnosed with autism last year. Now, Dollar General has told this team if they make it to victory lane today, they will give $50,000 to autism. So an extra effort this team is trying to put in to get to victory lane today.
They are 0.6 of a second away from 50 grand. He closed in more right now. That deficit's going to be even less when they cross the line right here. Well, he got awfully close and a little loose to that wall coming out of 4. And there is the gap between first and second, and it's down to half a second. So we may have a shootout yet. 7 laps remaining if Reed Sorensen can reel him in. He'd just love to get to that back bumper. Maybe not to even hit him, but just to loosen Kevin Harvick up a little bit with just those 2 tires. All right, let's try speeds at the line. One more. Oh, man, Sorensen driving the wheels off this thing. He is hanging it out.
That's an example of this racetrack tempting you. Give me a little more. You left something on the table, and you go after it, you lose the whole car in the middle of the corner.
Kyle Busch. Brad Keselowski again. But again, Keselowski is 2.9 seconds back. He has been driving a great comeback, but he's just not going to have enough laps. 6 to go now, and there's the gap between first and second, and it's just up over a half a second. Battle for 8th is Joey Logano going around Michael Annett and clears him.
Well, we haven't talked about it all day, but we've had a lot of green-white checkers this year.
Never had one here, though, in Nashville. So, of course, that's probably the kiss of death. But with now 5 laps remaining, Joey Logano has moved into the 8th position. Reed Sorensen's closed in even more on Kevin Harvick. He caught traffic at a wrong place and slowed him down a little bit the last lap. That's Joe Nemechek, and boy, look at this. It's really tightening up a little bit further back. There is Brad Keselowski trying to catch Carl Edwards at the same time.
Keselowski has stalled a little bit. I think those tires are giving up a little here. Oh, we got a great battle going.
Yeah, let's go back up front because this is where it's really getting good. Again, more lap traffic, Derek Cope, and it looks like Sorensen is better at 3 and 4, and Kevin's better in 1 and 2.
Both of these drivers are using every inch of the racetrack on the exit and getting awfully close to that wall.
Cope gives plenty of room. The gap is 0.4 of a second. 3 laps to go, Vince Welch.
Well, the 33 team knows that the 32 is closing. They just came on the radio to Kevin Harvick, and they said, if you've got any more, we got to have it now. He's coming. Let's see if Harvick's got any more.
Does the 2-tire strategy pay dividends for Kevin Harvick? He is hanging on, but the lead is dwindling. That's the view from Harvick's car. Yeah, the good thing for Kevin Harvick right now is he should not encounter any more lap traffic in these last 2 laps. Yeah, but the bad news is Reed Sorensen is saying, I want to win. It has been quite a while since Sorensen has been to victory in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. We've documented.
Frame of mind. Kevin Harvick has been in this situation enough that I think that that's going to be the difference.
Yeah, that's who I wouldn't mind having that bulldog in my seat all the time.
Exactly.
He knows how to get the job done out front. White flag this time by. One more circuit on this 1.3-mile track. There's Keselowski going underneath Carl Edwards. That is for 5th position. That means a lot. Send a little message. Hey, you're going to have to race me to win this championship this year. That's 5 points right there. Meanwhile, up front, it is the 33 of Kevin Harvick, finishing 2nd last night in the Camping World Truck Series race. He comes out of turn number 4, and the 2-tire strategy wins here at Nashville for Kevin Harvick, and a closing Reed Sorensen right behind. Kyle Busch 3rd, Justin Allgaier, and Brad Keselowski round out the top 5. What a great finish to this race. Wow, what a call by Ernie Cope. I'll just say, I wouldn't have thought that.
Good, buddy. Good job.
Harvick's 36th Nationwide Series win in his 241st start. Wife Delana, Ernie, slapping hands, high-fiving everybody that they can find.
Isn't it interesting? He was the strongest car on the long run. We ended the race with a long run, and it worked out.
And, Doc, I think you've climbed the war wagon. Let's talk to Ernie.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.